Well, 1 year ago, today in history, Arsenal signed Gabriel Jesus from Man City for £45 million plus £5 million of add-ons. That deal was made on the 4th of July 2022. That's when it was made official, but the medicals were done, and it's today that he was shown up holding that Arsenal shirt. That is it, coming in from the side of Arsenal. It's a year now since Gabriel Jesus signed for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, and I think his first season has been short of nothing like success, according to me, because he went ahead to really put up some good stats for the Arsenal side, and when you look at the stats, he really had to play 26 games in the Premier League, and he scored 11 goals plus 6 assists. Those are 17 goal involvements, and people take that for granted. And trust me, that sends a message down to Arsenal fans criticizing him that if he never spent 3 months out from December up to March, then he would have been able to score 20 goals a season. And this is a warning to everyone really saying that Jesus cannot score 20 goals a season. Now, if he missed out onto very many games, those are like 12 games, right? Don't you think he would have gone ahead to hit 20 goals? Because look at his numbers, they're really appetizing. UEFA Europa League, 6 games, 1 assist, and EFL Cup, he played 1 game and 0 assists and 0 goals. So in total, he played 33 games for Arsenal, and he scored 11 goals and had 7 assists. Those are 18 goal involvements in how many games? In 33 games. What an output coming in from the player known as Gabriel Jesus. And I would like to really send a message to all the people that really select this player. Arsenal is going to be playing the Champions League next season, and you'll find him score like 6 goals in the Champions League, coming in the Premier League to score like 20, because I really believe that Arsenal is going to be a more creative side. The coming in of Havertz is really going to create more creativity in that midfield of Arsenal. And even the coming in of Declan Rice, though he has not yet been confirmed as an Arsenal player, but he's going to really create more for the player. So I anticipate the creativity of Arsenal to increase next season, and they have to create chances for the number 9, because every number 9 relies or depends or thrives on the number of chances you create. Look at Man City. I've always come here and really said this, that when you look at Man City, Haaland can get close to 6 chances in a game and scores like 2 or 3, But ask yourself, how many chances do the midfielders of Arsenal create for the number 9 of Arsenal? That is the big question that Mikel Arteta has to address this summer pre-season, because that's what he needs to really improve on. So welcome to this channel, Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, today we are discussing Declan Rice transfer patience called for by a very huge transfer guru, that is Fabrizio Romano. We are having a hint from a Ghana insider, Emirates insider known as Team Something, is telling us about Balogun plans of Arsenal, and then we are having the plans of Arsenal being put out by a very credible Arsenal correspondent known as Simon Collins, as to when they're going to fly to Germany in Nuremberg to play their first game there with the Nuremberg-based team. So smash the like button close to 400 times, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Let's start it off with Fabrizio Romano, right? Let's start off with Fabrizio Romano going in for a very huge update for the viewers of this channel that you need to know about Declan Rice. Now, Fabrizio Romano early this morning has gone ahead and really addressed rumors concerning Arsenal pulling out of the Declan Rice deal. Fabrizio told us that the rumors that circulated today on social media about Arsenal on West Ham walking away from the deal. At the moment, I'm told this is not correct. While I'm speaking, the medical has not been booked yet, but it will happen in the next days. That's what Fabrizio really said. He concluded onto this matter and said, no worries, Arsenal fans, Rice is really close and it's about the final discussion of payments to get it done. Be patient. That's what Fabrizio has gone ahead to call in for Arsenal fans to be patient. And I really understand why such stories are really coming about, because we are having what we call desktop journalists. In this transfer window, if at all you are not really so concrete and so attention paying to detail, you'll find out broadcasting stories that are coming out from journalists or desktop journalists that are not nowhere rated when it comes to tiers. They're not even tier 100 journalists, because they just sit down there and say, all right, Rice to Arsenal is delayed. If at all I put out a story indicating source, it's really going to go ahead and really get attention. That's it. Now, you ask yourself, who is that journalist that spearheaded that story of Declan Rice to Arsenal deal off, as Arsenal is pulling out because of West Ham trying to really pull out things that are not really way better for Arsenal financial payment structure? So Fabrice has come out and refuted all those claims that they are really null and void. Don't pay attention to them and just continue listening to the credible tier 1 journalists about the deal, and has called up for patience amongst Arsenal fans, that for the deal of Declan Rice, patience is supposed to be taken by Arsenal fans, because looks like this deal looks like one of those that might not really happen soon, but that does not rule out from calling it a here we go by the end of this week. And I'm going to show you the story as to why I think it's going to be a here we go by the end of this week and Declan Rice has to be unveiled. But calling for patience is really required. Do you know why? We got a here we go. So we got Man City pulling out of the race. I think that was on Wednesday last week. That's when we got that story, after Arsenal made a bid, a third bid of 100 plus £5 million of add-ons Tuesday night. And then in the morning we got a story that Man City have gone ahead to pull out of the transfer of Declan Rice, signing him from West Ham. So when you count those days from Wednesday last week, we've been anticipating for here we go. Even David Austin told us that on Monday latest it will be done, and Monday was yesterday, it elapsed, and we haven't gotten a very huge update from that side, meaning that there is a reason for Arsenal fans to worry. But Fabrizio is telling you that don't worry, the deal is close to coming to completion. But however much West Ham have gone ahead to really give Arsenal to do the medical for Declan Rice, Arsenal have not yet booked a medical for Declan Rice. Note that it's Fabrizio saying that Arsenal have not yet booked a medical for Declan Rice, but they are still discussing on the structure of payment, as Arsenal is settling on paying that £100 million guaranteed fees to West Ham in 4 years. West Ham want to get this deal over the line in 1.5 years. That's how the thing is happening. But it looks like Arsenal are really buying their time, because they know no team is going to come out and really hijack this deal, because Man City is going in for value and pulled out. The other team that can come in through and obviously hijack this deal is Man United, but that will require the coming in of Sheikh Yassim Al-Thani to table a very huge and appetizing offer to West Ham to see to it that Arsenal really fidgets. But I think by the end of this week, it's going to be a here we go. They cannot take close to 10 days negotiating on payment terms. I think they have to come to a common ground, and I think that middle ground is going to be reached as soon as possible. Then Sami Mikbo also went ahead to share something to us concerning this deal of Declan Rice and Julian Timber. Though Fabrizio Romano never told us about Julian Timber, but we are blessed that Sammy McBo came in through and obviously threw in a very important update as far as Declan Rice and Timber are really concerned. He said Arsenal are set to complete the transfers of Declan Rice and Timber by the end of the week. The pending deal with West Ham over the £105 million transfer of Rice is 90% complete, while there is a verbal agreement in place with Ajax for the capture of Julian Timber in a deal worth £40 million for the Dutch international. Now, it resonates exactly with what Fabrice has been talking about, that the deal is 95% ready for Declan Rice. The 5% cannot see this deal really drop off, and I don't see West Ham and Arsenal failing to agree on this amount of fee, because if Arsenal pulls out, West Ham won't get a viable buyer. That's it. That means they're going to sell Declan Rice at a cheaper price. So they need to sit down, settle their differences, and I think very soon the 5% will be added to the 95% to make this transfer count to 100%. Now, for Julian Timber, obviously there is an agreement in principle between Ajax and Arsenal, and very soon we'll hear from Mark Village as far as this transfer is really concerned, as they have a specific date they want this transfer to take place to suit it that it balance up in, or it appears, in the new financial year of books of accounts. But it looks like Arsenal are really working tooth and nail to get these deals over the line, but some patience is going to be required from Arsenal fans as far as the deal of Declan Rice to Arsenal is really concerned. That is coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Now, today, Simon Collins has dropped a very huge update. Remember, today morning I brought you some footage that really happened yesterday at London Conley, as Arsenal players that never took part in the national break showed up for the first day on training at London Conley. And we've been told the following: as we thought that they are going to return back at around 13th, but the players that took part in the international break are set to arrive on Saturday at London Conley. And been told by Simon Collins that Arsenal started pre-season preparations on Monday, with some players arriving back at their Conley training ground for testing and medical screenings. Players who were on international duty last month are due to arrive back on Saturday, and Arsenal will then fly to Germany on Sunday, where they are going to play against Nuremberg. So that is a very huge update coming in from the Arsenal correspondent for the Evening Standard, that is Simon Collins, because as it stands, it shows you that if Arsenal are to go with Declan Rice to Nuremberg, they need to see this deal over the line by Friday. That's it. If the medical is done by Friday, Declan Rice will fly with them that side. If not, that means he won't fly with them that side, and they'll fly with him to America. But it looks like Saturday is a day that you're going to see the likes of Kai Havertz return, because Kai Havertz will pay his first visit to London Conley to train with his fellow Arsenal players as he prepares to go to his motherland, that is Germany, to play a game with Nuremberg that side. And I think it's going to be something great for the Adidas side of Germany when Kai Havertz is going to play in Nuremberg, and this time round we might see a very fully packed stadium, as Kai Havertz is one of those players that is so much respected in the Germany communities as far as the game of football is really concerned. So for him, it's a must. He's going to travel with the side of Arsenal to that side, and the likes of Zinchenko will join in through. Thomas Partey will join. Kai Havertz, Grant Xhaka will join in through. The likes of Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, talk of Bukayo Saka, and very many others. Martin Odegaard. The list is really endless. They're going to come in through and obviously represent for Arsenal as they go to that side of Nuremberg. So let's wait and see how that pans out. But here onto the Rokani Media Football, we promise you to bring you every update concerning the Arsenal side as it prepares to go through their pre-season. And lastly, let's do something concerning Balogun, right? Balogun Huge story coming in from this Emirates insider he's known as Team News and Ticks from Arsenal. He's very much famous each and every time Arsenal is going to play a game because he drops the lineup, right? He drops the lineup like 3 hours too before even we see the lineup, because officially the lineup drops an hour 2, but for him 2 hours 2, he's already dropping in updates. So and so is starting, so and so is not starting, so that is how he does it, and it's so much close to Arsenal. To give us such information, that means you are really a huge fly on the wall, that you are already in the dressing room of Arsenal, not even the dressing room, the bus or team hotel, before Arsenal finds themselves in a position of really going to the dressing room, because he gives us the news before Arsenal arrives in the dressing rooms. He has told us that Arsenal are really happy to sell Balogun this summer transfer window. Balogun is weird because in the last couple of days, 2 stories have come out with different prices that Arsenal are willing to accept. As far as I know, Arsenal are happy to sell him. Now, obviously, Arteta has to choose between Balogun and Edin Nketiah. That is it. And if you're Mikel Arteta, he will go with Edin Nketiah because Edin Nketiah is not complaining for playing time. Even when he's benched, he doesn't come out to really fight for playing time and complain for it. But Balogun, mere not getting invited to the England national team, he switched. He spout fire and he switched to USA. That is it. So that shows you that his intentions are really to continue playing first team football, not to come at Arsenal to really show that, or to cause problems in the dressing room of Arsenal. That is Balogun for you. So looks like the fly on the wall at Emirates is confirming with us that maybe Arsenal are going to sell Balogun, and I think it helps Arsenal a lot. You sell Balogun, £50 million, let him go. You add that money onto the match that you are having to get in more players, and obviously bolster up your budget as far as Mikel Arteta wants to get in more signings at the club of Arsenal. So guys, your thoughts on to Declan Rice transfer patience called is welcome, or are welcome, in the comment section below. What do you make about Balogun? Arsenal willing to sell Balogun? And what do you make about Kai Havertz coming on Saturday at Arsenal? I sign out for now. See you later. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And may the living true God protect you abundantly. My Muslim friends, may Allah protect you. I'm out.